Hi, can you tell me who you are?
Sure, I'm Adam Gordon, and I'm a staff attorney with Fair Share Housing Center. We're an organization based in Cherry Hill that since 1975 has worked to make sure that every town allows for its fair share of homes that low and moderate income people can afford. And we've gotten very involved after Superstorm Sandy because we've been hearing from a lot of lower income families who've been having trouble rebuilding.
Okay. And today you testified before the joint environmental committees in Trenton.
Yep.
And you brought to the committee's attention one particular example of some of the problems that you're running into that your group is hearing from folks who come and seek your assistance. What don't you tell us about that?
Sure. We've been talking to a lot of people who are trying to get help. And the example I talked about was a homeowner in Ocean City. And they basically were told by the state that they didn't have enough damage to qualify for rebuilding and particularly elevating their home, which they need to do because of the flood zone they're in. And yet they simultaneously got a letter from the city of Ocean City and sent it into the state saying that their home was more than 50% damaged, but somehow the state said that they didn't have enough damage to qualify, and they've been appealing that and unable to get any answers from the state.
Wow. And Senator Whalen said that unfortunately he said this was not a sole occasion, but he's seeing from his district that there are a lot of cases like this out there.
That's right, and we hear every day from people who are having that problem or other related problems, and I think there's somebody who testified who was having her own struggles to rebuild earlier today, that they're just can't, they're dealing with people who have no training. They were told that people only get 2 hours of training before being on this job. It really seems like the state is trying to do this on the cheap and isn't putting the same effort into helping individual people trying to rebuild that they have been putting into the boardwalks.
What is the solution?
Well, we've just been starting by trying to understand what's going on, and we filed an OPRA request under the Open Public Records Act on July 31st, asking for really basic information. What are the guidelines and procedures by which the state decides who's eligible and who's not? Who's applied by town, and whether there's disparities in who's getting accepted in certain towns or not. The state asked for an extension until September 5th, a 1-month extension after what OPRA would otherwise require. And then on September 5th, we heard nothing. We gave them basically an extra week, and they said, oh, well, we'll get it to you in 10 days. And given that the prior deadlines had gone unmet, we filed a lawsuit. And we still haven't gotten anything. We keep hearing promises that we're going to get something, but it's 2 months after we filed our OPRA request, and the most basic information about how the state is choosing who gets grants and who doesn't is still not public.